everybody? It's Rental Robert here with the Hustle Nation. Hope you're having a fantastic day. But wait, there's more. We got a little hustle in the mug. Got it going on. I got to be out of here at about 5:30. Drop the trailer on location, go to Home Depot, pick up a bunch of 2x6s, and we'll show you something that we've been doing. I've got a house that's been sitting for about 2 years. It was fixer-upper. I own 2 other houses on that same street. Paid too much money for it, but hey, it was owner financed, so I got into it cheap, and I own the house right beside it, so that's got a lot of value. Whenever you're having to do maintenance and everything, if you got 3 properties, 1 street, that's nice. Thing about it is we got it to a point where it's gutted, and I wanted to do an open floor plan with the kitchen, the living room, and the dining room. And so we were having to remove a load-bearing wall and put a beam up into the ceiling to tie all of the trusses in. And so it's been sitting for a while, for lack of better words. And it's an interesting thing because I worked with a coach, and she and I were talking, and in 10 minutes I told her that I was the hardest working, or one of the hardest working people she'll ever meet, probably 3-4 times, and she said, you get a tremendous amount of satisfaction out of saying that, but how does it sound when you say I'm one of the smartest working people you will ever meet? It was uncomfortable just to think about saying that to someone, probably because I don't believe that. All right. Here's the thing. We also started figuring out, because at one time I had 3 fixer-uppers, and I love to find them, I love to negotiate them, I love to buy them, and then I like to move on. The buzz, the high, the thrill, the chase, the whatever is gone as soon as I make the purchase. So therefore, I'm not really motivated to get it up and going and have it as a rental property or be able to turn it. However, that house that I bought, that I got the mortgage on here recently and got my cheese back out of it, that's kind of been a game changer. Because now I can take that money, get this property up and going, get it rented out, make a profit, and I'll turn around and get a loan on it, and then I'll put it out and then do that again and acquire another one. And here's the thing. I made it a goal Monday that I was going to go and get the wood for that, all right? It's no small feat. You think that you can go to Home Depot and do this. Well, you might be able to at yours, but not at mine, because I had to get 4 2x12s that are 20 feet long. And normally they carry up to 16s, and that's it. So then I had to do that with a trailer that would carry it. I sold my truck that had the 8-foot bed with the ladder rack on it, so then I was kind of in a dilemma. So I did figure out a day when I would have the dump trailer. I was going by this lumber yard that has this type of wood, so I stopped, got those, got my associate Danny, and we went over there and unloaded them, put them in there. Got a new guy that started yesterday, lined him out, told him exactly what I want, boom, he did it. So that's encouraging. Hopefully this will keep going with that individual. So finally, we got that beam up in the ceiling. So today we're going to tie the joist in and get it to where we can take the temporary walls down. The reason for that is that once that happens, then I can get my AC guy to come over, run the ductwork, put the central heat and air in. Then after that, we got sheetrock coming. We get all that done, and then I can start figuring out paint, texture. We'll get the rest of the electrical done, and it's getting all new plumbing on the inside and everything like that. So it's progress. And the thing about it is that, all that money that I got, 9 times out of 10, psychologically, we've already planned where we're going to spend money before we even get it. And we've got this thing that it's like, if we make $100, well, not so much. But if we get 10 grand or 20 grand or 50 grand, man, let's talk about it. I'm going to get a new patio and a new set of rims for the truck, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to, and see, that's what happens. All of that money gets spent, okay? Gone. And then it's like, well, what do we have to show for it? I need this house going. I've got to get this property up and going so I can get it rented. I've lost out on minimum $25,000 by it sitting for as long as it has. That's painful to realize that. I've got a goal of how much I want coming in by April of next year. That's $25,000 a month, gross. This is going to help me get to that point. Y'all have heard me talk of that. My long-term goal is when I'm 55, I want $50,000 a month coming in from rental properties. That will help me get to that. So we got short-term, we got long-term. Doing this is going to help us get there. Ask yourself, how often do you sit down and examine your goals of where you want to get to? You would be amazed at the results you'll get from actually taking it, putting it down on paper, what your goal is, long-term and short-term, and starting to make that happen. One of the coolest things that happened this week was there's a guy that I've talked about many times, Gerald Peters, Full Auto 11 on Instagram. Type in Gerald Peters on YouTube, he'll come up. Guy's got some great information, some good content. He does a lot with real estate. If you look on his Instagram, he's got a notepad that's got his bucket list. One of those is a place in New Orleans in the French Quarter. He's got it. Well, him and his wife were going from New Orleans to Panama City. They stopped and we had lunch together. So I got to meet the man, sit there and talk and share a meal, and that was phenomenal. And the thing about it is, he didn't have anything, nothing revolutionary to say to me. I still enjoyed my time with him, but it wasn't, you know, there was no magic cure for cancer or anything like that that got discussed. He said, I started grinding and I started, you know, living real frugally and putting my money in investing it. And then, you know, I started doing that more, and I bought my first house, and then this snowball starts to happen, and then I got my second, and then I started doing some because I made some money, and I put some into the stock market, and then I started figuring out, you know, and learning about trading stocks and doing this and doing that and everything, like, you know. And the thing about it is that becoming successful, becoming financially independent, becoming rich is the same as weight loss, okay? It's only going to happen like this. You have to decrease the amount of food that you eat, and then you have to burn more calories to lose weight. There is no fat blocker. There is no secret. There's no magnetic bracelet you're going to put on. There's no beeping thing you're going to put on your head for 20 minutes a day or anything like that. It's simple. Watch what you eat, exercise. That's it. That's it. The same thing with getting rich. Invest your money, be patient, have discipline. Every time that something comes up, don't go spend any money on it. I know, and I talk so much about having to do with emotions, and see, the reason that house sat for 2 years is there was no emotional payoff for me to get it started, because the emotional payoff had already occurred. And so I had 3 fixer-uppers at one time, and I had to emotionally get myself to the point where I could sell one of those. And the thing was that it was part of a scarcity mindset. Oh, it's a good deal. I've got to buy it. I've got to buy it. I got to have it. I got to have it. No. I'm going to get to that. One of these days I'm going to get to that. Well, guess what? If you don't ever put it on the schedule, that ain't never going to happen. I'm a testimony of that, a living testimony of that, okay? You know why that beam got put up in the attic? Because we made it this week. It happened. That's the way this thing works. You've got to make investing a priority. If you don't, your money will always find another place to go. Great book. This is what I'm reading right now. Chapter this morning, Money Velocity. The more money you get, the faster it starts to move. It's hard to do anything with $50, but you can do a lot more with $500. But you might have to wait till you get that $500. If you're putting 50 bucks a week away, that's 10 weeks. But do it anyway. You've got to start somewhere. And it's more important to start than think about starting. Talk about starting. You can read about starting, okay? I'll show you this. That's my desk. These are books. This is my library. These are books. These are books I have not read. All of those books are worthless if I never put forth any action. And that's the thing that I see with a lot of people is they want to analyze this thing. They want to keep talking about it. They want to watch more YouTube videos. They want to do YouTube videos on thinking about taking action or what they're gonna do, and they don't do a damn thing. Now the problem with that is that you're not getting the results that you're looking for. And one of the things that because I asked Gerald, I said, what are 3 things that, that you really got to have? And he said, you really have to have the desire to be wealthy. You have to have the desire to be financially independent. I totally agree with that. Well, I've never met anybody that says, I want to be obese. I want to be fat. I want to be unhealthy. Guess what? A lot of us are. I've lost some weight. 90 days ago, I was at 273. I'm at 240 now. My desire to be healthier, my desire to take better care of myself outweighed my desire for ho-hos and ding-dongs, okay? The thing about it is that I had to take action. I started buying meals that were prepped. The calories were already counted and everything like that. All I do is pop it in the microwave, boom, it's done, and it works well, okay? I've started exercising just a little bit more, not as much as I should. I need to make it more worthy, okay? But guess what? I didn't keep on watching videos about weight loss. I didn't keep on talking about it or anything like that. I actually took some action. I did something about it.
Dad, I really need to help you do a video. I think I'm gonna come in the YouTube room right here and I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna help do a video with you. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm a video type of guy.
I have 100% faith that every one of you can do much better than where you're at right now by just taking some small steps and kind of shifting what you're doing, okay? Probably 90% of you watching this, it's Friday, you got a weekend, 2 days off. Do me a favor, tomorrow morning, make your #1 priority, have coffee, whatever it is you do, but then sit down with a notepad. Take a look at your financial goals. If you don't have any, set some. But do me a favor, take an inventory. Look at every account you have, see how much cash you have on hand. I'm going to look at a house tomorrow. I just did that. I looked at every account that I've got and it's like, okay, well, how much money do I have? This house has upon me being able to buy it, pay cash, turn around, get a loan back on it, and then get my money back out of it and still be able to cash flow well with it. So we'll just have to see, okay? But again, take an inventory of your money. How much do you have in savings? Get 6 months of your living expense set up and then don't touch that unless somebody's dying, okay? I don't care, somebody ran over the mailbox, I need to no, don't touch that money, okay? Figure it out. And if you don't have this and if you can't get this, then go get a part-time job. Work a few evenings, wait some tables, get a job at Walmart or Lowe's, Home Depot, someplace, and put that money to the side. Start getting it, okay? Then, $10%, minimum 10%, start investing that. If you got a 401k that your employer matches contributions, get in that, max it out, all of it. You're not going to miss it. Trust me. And then start doing something like this. And if this isn't attractive to you, then figure out a side hustle and go do that. Start generating some extra income. How would you like to be buying a house in the French Quarter? Second home, third home, fourth home, whatever. How would you like to wake up tomorrow morning and ask yourself, where would I like to spend my summers? Where would I like to spend my winters? What cities would I like to go to next year? What cities would I like to go to next month? What car would I like to drive? How much would I like to be able to give to my church? How much would I like to donate to the battered women's shelter? How much would I like to give to the treatment center that takes in addicts off the street that don't have any insurance? How much would I like to help other people start businesses for them to become financially independent? A couple things about that. Everything I just said talked about decisions with freedom, giving to others, and everything required money. I don't make the rules, but I got to play by them. When I acknowledged that they existed and they were true, my life had some change to it. And that change is that if I want a better quality of life, I'm going to have more money. And I'm also going to have to give more. And I get a lot of pleasure from doing that and helping others that want to help themselves. So the thing about it is that you might have the desire to have something more better, but desire without action is absolutely worthless, in my opinion. And that's just what works for me, because I have to look at myself, and I'm sitting here telling you all, I'm a real estate investor, I've got these goals, and I've got this house that's been sitting for 2 years. Guess what? That's a contradiction of terms. That does not match. That is like, it doesn't work. Me getting that house, being a real estate investor, it works. Everything comes together. It's congruent. That house sitting does not. So, I want you to have a wonderful weekend. Sit down. Get your financial blueprint. Look at where you got money. Start researching. I've said it many times. Take 30 minutes a day and research finances. Read up on stocks, Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs. What's a REIT? R-E-I-T. How to buy stocks without a broker. All those kind of things. Research it. Talk to people that are in a position where you would like to be. You know, if I was wanting to really get into the stock market and everything, then I would have picked Gerald's brain about stocks and everything. It doesn't do that much for me. He enjoys that stuff, and I have no problem with that. You look at Warren Buffett. I don't know if Warren Buffett owns anything other than the house that he lives in as far as real estate goes, but he's made a fortune in the stock market and everything. I'm not saying that you have to do it my way, but I'm saying you have to do it. You've got to do something, okay? It's not like Ed McMahon gonna show up and say, hey, here's $10 million and everything. You've been researching without action. Here's your check. That ain't gonna happen. Ain't getting no check. You might meet a lot of great people. You might get in some forums. You might get to talk to people and everything like that. But guess what? Still gonna be broke. So take some action. Have a wonderful day and figure out who's got your money.